friends. Welcome into the Bloom in Faith with MW podcast, a Christian podcast for the busy, blessed, and bold. I'm your host, Marika, a wife and a mama to two sweet little blessings, and I've created this podcast as a safe space for you and I to unwind, unravel, and unlearn everything that we've been taught in this world and do it all the God way. Welcome in to episode 11, you guys. Today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about becoming a Proverbs 31 woman. I know, it got a little silent in here. I've seen this trend a lot on social media of women wanting to become a Proverbs 31 woman, questioning what even is a Proverbs 31 woman, things of that nature. So you've come to the right place today by hanging out with me and tuning into today's podcast because I'm going to be addressing all of those questions. But before we get to that point, you can probably hear my mother and my babies playing in the background because my YouTube mic is not working again today. So yay for that. We love technical difficulties, but I'm coming as I am today, y'all, because I'm not going to stop. If the Lord wants me to talk about something, if the Lord put something on my heart to address, or just something that I feel interested to talk about, which is today's episode, I'm going to do it and I'm not going to put a pause on it. So we're just going to allow the Lord to work through me. And like I said, for my YouTube friends, if you can hear my mother and my two babies playing in the background, it just is what it is. We keep it real on this podcast. But before I officially begin, I want to show you guys my sweater that I'm wearing today. It is the most comfy sweatshirt I have ever worn. I'm not even being dramatic. If you're watching me on Apple or Spotify, head over to YouTube real quick so you can see the visuals. But it is this custom made sweater. It says Raising Wildflowers, Luke 12 verse 27. We've got this custom piece right over here as well. My favorite color is yellow, if you didn't already know that. We've got these custom details right over here, and then on my left sleeve it has my you probably hear my babies, both of my kids' names on my sleeve. My sweet friend Hannah made me this sweater. It's customized. My mother customized it for me through her, and I'm so grateful for it because it is a gloomy day outside here, and what better way than to just get cozy inside, right? So if you are interested in ordering a customized sweater, or if you're interested in supporting a small Christian business, I will go ahead and put my friend's information down below. You can find her on Instagram and also Facebook as well, and see all of the creations she's made. And also, I just remembered as I'm saying this, she also made me this as well. If you can see that in there for my YouTube friends, that is a mustard seed. If you've never seen how tiny a mustard seed is, go and look at her page, look at the products that she's showing and selling that I also just showed you, because God tells us to have faith as small as a mustard seed. Have faith as small as this little thing right here and see what God can do for us, y'all. So I have this on my desk where I do my schoolwork and my podcasts, and like business related things, and just seeing and having that reminder for all of the small things that I'm believing in, and knowing that God is gonna, if it's his will to see those things happen. It's such a sweet reminder. So again, go ahead and support my sweet friend Hannah down below. This is a beautiful sweatshirt that she can also customize for you as well. Military spouse owned and operated, just like myself. If y'all did not already know that, I am a military spouse. So just supporting military spouses and small Christian businesses. Let's do that all 2025. Amen. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started in today's episode. And as you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about becoming a Proverbs 31 woman. And as I said, you've probably seen this trend all over social media, women wanting to become a Proverbs 31 woman. Women wondering what even is that? What does that entail? Am I living the lifestyle? Well, you are in the right spot today, friend, because I'm going to be addressing that and kind of like the key characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman and what that looks like. This is just an episode that I really want to do. Just as a woman of God, a wife, a mother who is just in every area of life devoting it to the Lord. And if the Lord does not want it for me, I don't want it for me. So I feel like if this resonates with me, it might resonate with someone else here that's listening as well. So, the book of Proverbs, it is actually my favorite book in the Bible. Top tier, number one. I love the books in the Bible that teach about wisdom. I don't know why I gravitate towards those books, but obviously Proverbs being like the main deal, teaching about like wisdom and teachings and advice for us to flourish in our relationships, in motherhood, in being a wife, and just being able to flourish as an individual, is why I more so gravitate towards the book of Proverbs. But again, any book in the Bible that teaches about these things. But obviously, we're talking about the book of Proverbs today. It really just teaches about, fearing the Lord. And fearing the Lord is a healthy fear. It's not like a fear like, oh my gosh, I'm quivering, I'm so scared. Like, not that type of fear, friends, but fearing the Lord and knowing all of that He's capable of and knowing the things that He can do. And just, it's more so like being in awe of something, like, wow. Being fearful of the Lord and what wisdom looks like compared to foolishness, and moral living compared to ethical living, and the importance of work and having a good work ethic and being diligent in everything that we do. That is mainly what the book of Proverbs discusses. I mean, we can go to the very first book of Proverbs. I have my Bible in front of me because I like to reference everything that I talk about to the Bible. If you're new here, I don't do the inspirational things that you can find on YouTube. I like everything that I say to be backed by the Bible. So, for example, in the first chapter, we're talking about wisdom shouting in the streets. Then we're talking about the benefits of wisdom in chapter 2. In chapter 3, we're talking about trusting in the Lord. So on and so forth. A father's wise advice. Cultivating discernment. Key. Top tier. We're talking about guarding your heart, avoiding immoral woman. Highly recommend chapter 7 of the book of Proverbs. Lessons for daily living. What else are we talking about? More warnings about immoral woman. We're just talking about so many good things that God hates. Practical and spiritual wisdom. What else? Holding your tongue. Friend, do you like to gossip? Hold your tongue, okay? We're talking about it all in the book of Proverbs. Responding to insults. Again, friend, hold your tongue. We're talking about it all. Not giving in to peer pressure. We're talking about, growing in gentleness. Following wise advice. There's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. And so you want to become a Proverbs 31 woman, you have to know what the first chapter all the way to chapter 30 is talking about to become a Proverbs 31 woman. You can't just slap it on your chest and say, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, but you're still going to clubs every weekend. You can't say, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, but you're struggling with laziness. And when I say you're struggling with laziness, you know that you shouldn't be lazy, but you're willingly doing it every single day. You want to be a Proverbs 31 woman, but you're gossiping about everybody and not minding your own business. You're not touching your nose. You are touching your nose because you want to be nosy. You know what I'm saying? So what is a Proverbs 31 woman? She is reliable. She is trustworthy. She's hardworking. She's diligent in everything that she does. She has wisdom and she has that healthy fear of the Lord. She is caring. She's compassionate. She's resourceful. She's not selfish. She's knowledgeable. She's well respected. All of these great things is a Proverbs 31 woman. So if you want to become a Proverbs 31 woman, my friend, you absolutely have to read the first chapter, also the chapter 30, and then incorporate chapter 31, because chapter 31 is more specifically for my friends that are wives or want to become wives, because we're talking about being a wife of noble character, okay? Wow, can you hear my friends screaming in the back? My friends. Can you hear my kids screaming in the back? YouTube, I'm so sorry. Y'all are in the trenches with me. This is the second episode that y'all are in the trenches with me. I am so sorry. We will get it together. We will get it together. But to become a Proverbs 31 woman, you have to implement everything that the entire book of Proverbs was talking about. All of it. And we're not perfect. You know, we're bound to fall. We're bound to fall. We're bound to fall back into things that we shouldn't have been. But, you know, knowing the key characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman, holding true to that, and allowing the Lord to operate in you and through you, top tier. That is like the key word for this episode, top tier. And so I wanted to just discuss that on today's episode, not really main teachings or anything, but I really wanted to discuss that because I've seen it a lot on social media lately, of women just saying, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, but you know, they're not living the lifestyle. And for someone that is new to Christianity or wondering what Christianity is, and you claim to be this person, but your lifestyle does not align, again, we're not perfect, but check your heart posture. Bring it to the Lord. You know, if you're realizing that, you know, you say one thing, but you're not living it, bring it to the Lord and see what the Lord reveals to you, okay? Because I will be the first to admit, the Lord is working on me. There are so many things right now that I am having to unlearn, and do it all, you know, the God way, like I say in my intro, and learning how to be resourceful and just learning how to be all of these great things that is a Proverbs 31 woman. So I highly recommend, if you're a stay-at-home mother, if you're a military spouse, if you're just a wife, if you are someone that is engaged about to become a wife, if you are a mother of any sort, and you feel it on your heart to become a Proverbs 31 woman, if you want to become all these things, like I said, trustworthy, reliable, caring, well-respected, hardworking, diligent in everything that you do, bring it to the Lord and see what he reveals to you. So that is all that I had for today, friends. Again, very short and sweet episode. I just wanted to bring it to your knowledge because I see it so often these days. And I feel like you can never have too much knowledge. You know, if you want to know something, it's out there for you, right? So we're going to go ahead and end off today's episode here. Like always, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching here on YouTube. And if you are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and like and follow me there. And leave a 1 through 5 star review. And on Apple Podcasts, if you feel led to also leave a comment review as well. I highly appreciate it. It is so appreciated. For the new people that are wondering if my podcast is good or not, I mean, I read reviews, so I'm going to recommend that the people do as well. But without further ado, go ahead and definitely follow me on all my socials. You do not want to miss. We have so many exciting things coming soon, and just the small community that we're building, I want you to be a part of it as well. So if you're not already there, what you doing? Press that button right now. And I will go ahead and see you guys in next Friday's episode. Bye.